Welcome to this week's Breki with Belle. Remember, whatever you send me stays completely confidential and you remain absolutely anonymous. Okay, so the first question dilemma is pretty awkward. Imagine the person that you lost your virginity to, your first boyfriend, tracking down where you work and booking hair appointments and insisting that you do it every time. How awkward is that? I personally don't know the history between you guys, so I don't know how it ended or whatever, but I would say that that's pretty creepy and I would definitely make my excuses and pass it on to another stylist. So, dilemma number 2, clients poaching staff. Now, normally it's the other way around, isn't it? Where you get staff poaching clients. But what do you do if you've got a long-standing client that's actually messaged a member of your team to try and find out how much they're going to do it at home and if they can go to their house instead? For me, I would just sack that client off, to be honest. I don't think it shows that client doesn't value you or your business. Or maybe if they are a long-standing client, try sitting down and talking to them and finding out if there is a bit of financial difficulty or what you can do as a business to help them out. Oh, the next one's quite juicy. So what do you do when you walk into your staff room, a member of staff has left the phone open, and basically you can see a conversation slagging you off as the boss between two of your staff members? It's a bit of a tough one. I have to say that, depending on what's been said and how bad it is, always try and take it with a bit of a pinch of salt. People like to moan, and unfortunately they usually moan about the boss. If it is more serious though, I would call a meeting and just try and iron out. It's amazing how a little bit of bad feeling can spoil an entire team. So yeah. Okay, so dilemma number 4. Being left a 1-star review, despite even in that review the client saying that the hair was perfect, it just cost too much money. That is a really difficult situation to be in, but for me, things only cost too much money if people don't feel like they're getting value. So I would probably reach out. In fact, I'd 100% reach out to that client, and I'd find out what more you could do other than altering the price to make them feel like they receive value for money. Okay, so we all know we have a lot of clients that want to go lighter, and we explain that process every single time to the client, that actually getting lighter takes time. But what would you do if a client came in, asked for a balayage, you did a balayage, it still wasn't light enough, so then you went back through and did a full head of foils. Then the client said they were going to go to the cash machine, walked out and didn't pay, and then had the cheek to phone you up the next day to see what you were going to do to get them lighter. To me, that's a really difficult situation to be in. I wouldn't do anything until that client came in and paid that original check. But again, it really is sitting down with your client, and this is the importance of consultation, is actually explaining that achieving that dream blonde colour can actually take anything from 3 to 5 occasions.